Dragons Live, presented by Form Communications. And now, your host, John Webking.
Hello everyone and welcome to Dragons Live. I'm your host, John Webby Webking. In the next 30 minutes, we're going to cover winter sports previews, get into a little bit of Dragon Madness, recap some team performances, and kick it all off with the Athletes of the Week since our last show. Let's get right into Athletes of the Week for September 15th through the 21st. Lauren Dietz and Troy Peterson. Dietz had a solid performance in helping the MSUM women's golf team to its best team score of the 2014-15 season. Troy Peterson is an offensive tackle, key part of the Dragon football team's 40-36 win over Wayne State. Athletes of the Week for September 22nd through the 28th, Ashley Lintz and Spencer Rubke. Lintz is the goalkeeper for Dragons Soccer and from Bismarck, North Dakota. She had a career-high 17 saves in the 2-1 win over Wayne State, and she leads the NSIC in over 9 saves per game. Spencer Rubke had a strong showing to lead the MSUM men's cross-country team at the Roy Griak Invitational, placing a strong 14th at the meet with an 8K time of 26:25.4. Athletes of the Week for September 29th through October 5th. Casey Bear from volleyball and Aid Rorick from football. Bear is a setter from Canby, Minnesota, and led the MSUM two-setter attack with 37 assists during a pair of matches against ranked opponents. Aid Rorick, a safety from Stanley, North Dakota, shared team lead with 8 tackles in the loss to number 4 UMD. Athletes of the Week for October 6th through the 12th. Adam Jiskra from football and Molly Montoni from women's cross country. Jiskra, a native of Grafton, North Dakota, had a career best day for the Dragon football team in a 40-38 loss to Northern State. He caught a career-high 13 passes for 231 yards in the game, including 2 touchdowns. Montoni also earned the NSIC Women's Cross Country Athlete of the Week honor for the second time this season and in her career. She won her second meet of 2014 and the 4th of her collegiate career with a time of 17:40 at the Jimmy Invitational in Jamestown, North Dakota. Athletes of the Week for October 13th through the 19th, Corey Ambrose from football and Jessica Johnson from women's soccer. Ambrose is a receiver from Grafton, Minnesota, had 5 catches for 142 yards in the MSUM football team's loss to St. Cloud State. Johnson, a forward from St. Michael, Minnesota, scored 2 goals in the Dragons' 2-1 win over Minnesota Crookston. The win also meant MSUM would claim the Highway 75 Rivalry Rock Traveling Trophy for the very first time. Before we preview all the winter sports, let's recap since the last show of all of our fall sports, starting with Dragons volleyball. Dragon volleyball suffered a 3-0 loss to Augustana on October 3rd, but got a win over UMary and the Marauders on a 3-set sweep on October 14th. They defeated the Golden Eagles from Crookston 3-0 on October 18th, and on the 24th defeated the St. Cloud State Huskies 3-0. Their next action is against Upper Iowa on November 1st. Next up, Dragon football is at a tough month since our last show. Dragons take on the Beavers in the battle for the Axe on November 1st. Now on to Dragons soccer, picked up a win over Minnesota Crookston 2-1 on October 18th, claiming the Highway 75 trophy for the very first time. Next up, Marauders and UMary against the Dragons on October 31st. Dragons cross country is off to a very good start. At the Jimmy Invitational, the men place first and the women place second. And on to the Mike Thorsten Invitational on October 24th, men again taking first and the women again taking second. Dragons golf competed in their NSIC Fall Championship on October 4th and 5th. Day 2 a little bit better for the Dragons with 404, led by Iverson with a 96. Dragons finished 12th overall with a team score of 812. Dragon swimming and diving hosted their first home duel of the year against Northern State, taking the 190-71 victory on October 1st. Watch out for Jackie Woods as she moves into the 8th fastest time in the nation in the 100-meter breaststroke with 106.57, and Aaron Sullivan swam lifetime best to help the Dragons with the victory. Yes, swimming and diving has already started this season. It's a winter sport. We've already recapped all of the fall sports. Now let's start with swimming and diving in our winter previews. Let's hear from head coach Todd Peters.
We have 4 freshmen swimmers. Aaron Sullivan is the big one. Her older sister is already on the team, Lauren Sullivan. So it's nice to have the 2 of them together. Aaron already came up big in our first meet, swam the 4th fastest 50 backstroke time ever on our team. So she's pretty much a stud. And she also anchored our 400 free relay and did a great job there. So we're excited about what she's going to be able to do. We also have Molly O'Brien, who's going to be swimming distance events for us. Jessica Colby, who is a sprinter. Haley Dempsey, is also going to do well for us too. We have Jana Hedstrom, who came over from Concordia. She's a diver. She's a junior this year. She is going to do really well for us. We're excited about what she can do. We also have Shay Bodrero, who is coming back to us after a year away. She went home for a year and she's coming back, and she's going to do some great things. And then finally we have Marissa Yasuda, who spent a year in Japan doing a study abroad, and she's back for her senior year. So those three are going to do great things for us also. Definitely Jackie Woods. She's a junior. She's primarily a breaststroker for our team, and she's really the heart and soul and the leader of the team from within. If she says we're going to do something, it's going to happen, and she's going to go out and make it happen. She's really a big playmaker, and she can really change the tide of a meet. And she currently is ranked 12th in the nation in the 100 breaststroke, and her goal is to get in the top 3. So she really is setting lofty goals, and I believe that she's going to go to the national meet, and we're trying to build the medley relay around her. And I think that we really have a great shot this year of getting that medley relay and maybe some other events to the national meet because of her. She's really pretty special. We should have a great season. We have a lot of great returning people. We have some super new people coming in and people returning, and we're really balanced in pretty much every area, which really helps us out a lot. We've got people in every area with diving and sprinters and distance swimmers and non-freestylers, and so we have a lot of depth also in pretty much every area.
Before the winter season gets off and running, we need to check in with Dragons Track. Here's head coach Darren Schneider and his indoor track preview.
I think being a new coach and a new situation in a sense, hopefully there's more familiarity, both for the athletes and for myself. And hopefully, they know what to expect a little bit more, and hopefully I know what to expect a little bit more. And so with that, hopefully, we'll see improvement and see a better year. And so I'm excited to see, how it all plays out. Every year, our goal is to be as balanced as possible, and to have good people in all the different event areas. And, I'm hoping that we'll be even more balanced this year than what we were last year. I would say on the men's side, the sprint group should be, a strength of our team. I think the distance group should be a strength of our team as well. And then we should have some jumpers and some throwers that will be able to contribute this year. And so hopefully that'll make for a good team. On the women's side, I think that really we should be pretty balanced. We should have some kids in the sprints, distance, jumps that all should be, people that are scoring in a conference meet, and we should have a handful that are able to get to that next level, and qualifying for a national championship.
Now on to Dragons tennis. I got to catch up with Oliver Summers at tennis practice and hear about his team for the upcoming season.
We didn't lose too many of our players. I mean, we got back 4 of the top 6 from last year, and then we are bringing in 5 new freshmen. And then some of them are going to make an instant impact in the team as well. So, yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, like I said, we haven't really lost any of our top players, and we're going to be even stronger than last year. Right away, we start off with some non-conference matches, and that's when we play UND and USD in Grand Forks. So that'll be a good little tester, and it's nice to play those non-conference ones because kind of get to see who's playing well and how the doubles teams match up. And then right after that, the next one will be University of Mary. And that'll be a nice one because they finished second in the conference last year. So if we do well against them, that's a good sign that we should be near the top, and we should be near the top as well. First of all, we had a longer non-championship season, so we got a lot more practices in that time. And then we increased our strength and conditioning in the off season as well, so they'll be stronger and faster. And we're playing 3 Division 1 opponents in the championship season: UND, USD, and then Montana State. And actually, they contacted us to play them, so that's kind of nice. So it's a kind of a sign of the direction that Dragons tennis is going in.
Stick around with us here on Dragons Live. We still have to preview men's basketball, women's basketball, and catch up with the Dragon Grapplers. All of that coming up right after this.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
Forum subscribers, the Forum is now offering Platinum Rewards free with any newspaper subscription. Go to inforum.com, click on the Platinum Rewards link, log in, and you'll get instant access to dozens of discounts and coupons at a variety of local businesses. You can print the coupons or display them on your phone or tablet at the time of purchase. It couldn't be easier. Not a subscriber? Enjoy a free trial and see the benefits of Platinum Rewards. It's our way of saying thank you to our loyal customers. With Platinum Rewards, it pays to subscribe.
Progressive Academics at MSU Moorhead.
We have every microphone you could pretty much ever think of, the stuff you see in the music videos, the same equipment you'd find at any studio across the country. We have that here. Discover more at mnstate.edu.
Dragons Live is brought to you by the Forum of Fargo Moorhead.
Welcome back to Dragons Live. We're halfway through the roster of winter sports previews. We caught up with Chris Nelson to take a look at Dragons wrestling.
I felt pretty comfortable with the recruits we got in this year. Looking, of course, to add to that and bring in some more recruits this next year. Our depth isn't great right now, so we need to bring in a large recruiting class for this next season. We've got, in addition to the coaching staff this year too, Evan Forty, who wrestled here at MSUM probably about 5 years ago now it is, has been coaching at Southwest Minnesota State in Marshall, Minnesota, and doing a great job there, and we got him on staff here this year. So he's going to help out great when it comes to recruiting and then also in the room too. So we're happy to have Evan back as a Dragon here at MSUM. I'm comfortable, of course, with the first 5 weights. We've got depth down there. You know, not that I'm uncomfortable with our upper weights, but we don't have a lot of depth. So we're going to have to stay healthy, of course, and that's something every program needs to do in order to be successful at this level. So these guys need to take care of their academics. They need to take care of their bodies. You know, we might not wrestle in as many opens early in the year just due to not having a lot of depth. Our first duel is going to be against Concordia on November 12th. Of course, we want to be ready to go for that one. That's a big rivalry there. We'd like to get that one back against Concordia, and they've got a good program going right now with the Nagels. And then, you know, our next event after that won't be until the Grapple at the Garden, which is in New York, and we're pretty excited about that event. We got invited to that. We've got some alumni out on the East Coast, and they helped get us into that tournament, and that's in New York City, and that's at Madison Square Garden. We'll be wrestling Long Island University Post, I believe, on December 21st. We didn't get the best time slot. It's at 8 a.m., but it's going to be a good experience for the guys, and we're looking forward to that trip. And then, you know, we come back from Christmas break, and we have Northern State right off the bat on January 8th. So, and then, of course, we get into our conference duels, which is always a grind, and it is in all sports in the NSIC. It's a great conference. I think we're going to do a good job. You know, our goal is to get guys to the national tournament and get them on the award stand, and I think we have some individuals that are going to be able to do that this year.
Now it's time for some round ball. We caught up with Carla Nelson to see if her women's basketball team can continue their winning ways.
Strengths would be our ability to rebound the ball. I think our interior play should be good. We definitely have kids who can shoot the mid-range jump shot. Now it's just a matter of seeing what we can do against some other teams from the arc into the basket. Defensively, we're going to need to get better because I see that as being a big weakness for us right now. We're certainly not on the same page. That's going to take some time, but we're going to need to be a good defensive team. And the other thing is a weakness, or it could be a strength, is our youth. We're very youthful. We have a lot to learn, but I think once we learn it and get comfortable and the game slows down, we can excel pretty quickly from there. But again, it's all going to take some time. With a young team, I don't really know if you're ever going to really have a good pulse of where this team is at. Certainly the way I look at it is we open up with 2 very good Division II basketball teams, Wisconsin Parkside and Northern Michigan. They're going to test us like nobody's business. We're going to have to be very well prepared. And again, I'm interested to see how we handle pressure, some changes of defense, because Parkside will probably play some zone as well as Northern Michigan. So it'll be interesting to see how things start out. And then we go to California, and we play 2 teams we've never faced before. So I have no idea what they have. And then we come back and we open up conference play with Northern State, which will be a handful, to say the least. You know, we have a long way to go, but I like our makeup. Now, only time will tell with what direction we take.
Rounding out our winter sports preview on today's Dragons Live is men's basketball. I sat down with head coach Chad Walthall to talk about some of the new and old faces returning to see if they can build on last year's success.
And I think we've got a great group of guys. I mean, I know that sounds, you know, maybe that coaches speak, but you know, I think it's a group that's practiced well up to this point. I think we want to accomplish some things that we haven't accomplished as a program. We've done some nice things as far as program goals and stuff, but I think there's more of a ceiling that these guys can get to. And with some of the guys that are experienced and are coming back, you know, I think they've established some high goals for themselves and for us as a team. We don't talk about goals, we don't rank and try to achieve certain things, but I do think that silently they all got some things that they want to accomplish as a team, and so we're just trying to do the next best thing as far as practicing a little bit better. And I think we need to be a little bit better practice team, and we need to be a better defensive team. There's just no doubt that if we're going to do some things that we didn't accomplish last year, we're going to have to be able to guard the ball better, and we're going to have to collectively be a little bit better team defensively off the ball. We're just going to have to really set our jaw and get our defense set and somehow just accomplish more on that side of the floor. If we do that, if we get that done, the sky's the limit. We're going to be able to spread the floor, stretch the floor, because we've got multiple players that can shoot the 3 ball, and that's 1 through 5. I mean, you can go up and down our roster. There's not one player that we won't encourage to shoot the 3 if left open, and so that is something as opposing defenses get geared up and scout us, it's going to be difficult to defend that. But I think there's a point where you've got to have a power game, and I do think that we've got a little more of that this year as far as being able to score on the block, score in mid-range game with our 4s and 5s, and so that's very encouraging, because there's going to be games that you simply aren't going to be able to shoot the ball well from the 3-point land, and you've got to get some other things going on. And so if you can be able to shoot the mid-range game and shoot the low block game along with guarding, it gives you another avenue to win games rather than just shoot it well. So I think that part of it is obviously really important. And then the other thing is I think we've got some depth. I think we've got 10 players right now that are very capable Division II Northern Sun players that are all good enough to play. I don't know if we'll have a rotation of 10, but certainly, you know, it's great competition, and so anytime you've got depth and confidence in that depth, you know, that adds a lot of competition and practice, and guys, you know, being held accountable, understanding that there's other good players around them. So I think, you know, hopefully all those things will continue through the next 5-6 months.
That rounds out our winter sports previews. Last week, some fans got an early look at the Dragon men's and women's basketball teams at Dragon Madness. There were fan prizes, t-shirt tosses, dance team performances, 3-point contest, and a fan favorite dunk contest at the 3rd annual Dragon Madness event. Last week, Dragon fans got a glimpse into the fast-approaching men's and women's basketball seasons with a little Dragon Madness. Spectators were introduced to both teams, players, and coaches. Some were a little more fun than others, and then took in an hour of entertainment and activities, including a performance from the MSUM dance team, a 3-point contest, and finally the fan favorite dunk contest. Here with Marshall after Dragon Madness, what do you think of the event?
I thought it was awesome. It was great to see all the students come out to support the basketball teams. The teams look great. I hope a big season is coming this year.
And then there was a bunch of promotions, kind of familiar ones, new ones. What do you think the game day environment's going to be like at Dragon basketball this year?
Oh, I think it's going to be intense. It's going to be so interactive with the crowd. The Valley Import variety pack is going to be amazing. It's going to be a good time for everybody.
The night's festivities also featured examples of every media timeout and halftime promotion happening at Dragon basketball this season. It was an opportunity for fans to learn the new contests, enjoy some of their favorites, and learn this year's Valley Imports Variety Show halftime promotion, where every night will be a different prize and a different way to win. Friday night games will feature big prizes like cars and big sums of cash. Saturday games will be guaranteed win games where someone will win a prize of $500 to $1,000 in value from Valley Imports. Fun and games aside, we caught up with the women's own Drew Sannes and the men's Evan Holt about Dragon Madness. I'm here after Dragon Madness with Drew Sannes. Tell us a little bit about the event and kind of your favorite part.
It was a great thing for the basketball teams to get recognized and have the students come out and participate in some fun contests. The dunk contest was probably the best part about it. Got the crowd going, got to see some awesome moves by the guys.
But you also participated in the three-point contest. You didn't win, but was that fun to kind of get out there with the team in front of a crowd for the first time this year and kind of start the season with some energy?
Yeah, it's fun to get out there with the team and show the crowd all the new incoming people on our team. And three-point contest didn't go my way, but it was fun to get out there with the team.
And tell us a little bit about the upcoming season for Dragon women's basketball. Coming off of a redshirt freshman year, a few new faces, a lot of familiar faces for the Dragon women's team. What's the season going to be like?
It'll be really fun once we get out there and start clicking, getting together with the new freshmen and the transfers. It's kind of fun to get out and see what we can do together.
Slam dunk champion for the second time in 3 years, Evan Holt. Evan, tell us a little bit about what Dragon Madness is all about.
I think it's all about getting the fans out here and getting them involved with us and getting excited for the upcoming season, really.
You've got a lot of new faces and some familiar faces for the Dragon men this year. What's the season going to be like?
I think it's going to be a good one. I think if we play to our potential, we have a chance to be a pretty good team. We only lost a few guys from last year, and I think we have a chance to be a pretty good team this year.
And just going back to Dragon Madness, how fun was it to, throw down in front of your teammates, the women's team, show off a little bit? I mean, 2 times in 3 years is a pretty good rate. Is it fun to get out in front of all the fans like this?
Oh, definitely. It's a lot of fun. I wish I could have made a couple of those dunks, but it was a lot of fun, and I'm excited for next year, too.
The Dragon men begin their season on Thursday in exhibition against Valley City State at home at 7 p.m. The women host a tournament on November 14th and 15th, where they'll face off with UW Parkside on the 14th at 5 p.m. and Northern Michigan on the 15th at 5 p.m. Stay with us here on Dragons Live. Coming up after the break, we'll meet a Dragons senior volleyball player who knows why good things come in threes.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
Exceeding expectations. Getting better every day. It doesn't happen by chance. Preparation pays off. So the only question to ask yourself is, am I better today than I was yesterday? Exceed yesterday. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Outstanding teaching at MSU Moorhead.
The classes I've had have pushed me outside of my comfort zone and really allowed me to explore what I enjoy doing and what I'm passionate about, which is teaching. Discover more at mnstate.edu.
Forum subscribers, the Forum is now offering Platinum Rewards free with any newspaper subscription. Go to inforum.com, click on the Platinum Rewards link, log in, and you'll get instant access to dozens of discounts and coupons at a variety of local businesses. You can print the coupons or display them on your phone or tablet at the time of purchase. It couldn't be easier. Not a subscriber? Enjoy a free trial and see the benefits of Platinum Rewards. It's our way of saying thank you to our loyal customers. With Platinum Rewards, it pays to subscribe.
Welcome back to Dragons Live. Dragons softball has a brand new home, and we were right there with them as they got their first look.
The MSUM softball team has been somewhat homeless for the past few months. On Wednesday afternoon, the team finally saw their newly remodeled locker room for the very first time.
Oh my God! What? Oh my God, we did get made! And shirts! Oh my goodness! Check it out. Music? Where's my number? Like a coffee thing? Taylor, we're by each other! Yes! These are so cool! Oh my God! These are like the coolest!
It was fun in that planning process, and then when to see it start coming together, it's just fun to see it day to day and seeing the progress that they make. And now with the finished product, it's just fun to come in here and be able to see everything put together.
The emphasis is on their locker room because this is the first time they have had their own space. They used to share with Dragons Soccer, but now senior Brittany York is excited for her team's new digs.
Yeah, we've shared with soccer since I've been here. It's just nice to have your own space because, like even today, right after practice, I had a test at 10 a.m. and practice was over at 8, so it would have been nice to be able to come into the locker room where it's quiet and no one's walking in and out but your team, and just being able to like be a team. We're not with another team, we're the softball team.
I want to cry.
Yeah, freshmen, you guys are lucky.
Up next, we meet a Dragon volleyball senior who tells us why 3 is a lucky number for the Sullivan family. Here's our own Kenny Buck.
Digs, sets, and kills are the 3 most important aspects to volleyball victories. But the teamwork and continuity it takes from every athlete on the team trumps everything. Treating each teammate like they were a sister, or perhaps even a twin. Just ask MSUM volleyball player Sam Sullivan. She's had 2 teammates since the day she was born.
I am identical with one of my sisters, and then the other one's fraternal. Jenna and Nicole are the other 2 triplets, and then my older sister's name is Amanda.
Growing up as one sister in a trilogy of Sullivans, she knows the true meaning of unity and what it means to look out for one another.
Being able to have sisters in general is just great, always having a friend, always having someone there for you. I think just having the 2 of them be the same age as me is just taking it to a whole nother level.
Sullivan, now a senior, has found that all the work she put in with her triplets has translated to winning games for the Dragons.
Working together as a group just to, get to that goal that you have as a team, having each other's backs out there when you're on the court or even in practice, that's a big part of being a team, having each other's back. And so that's something I definitely learned from having sisters is, being able to, be there for your teammates and then being there for you at the same time.
Volleyball's foundation is based on a good dig, a soft set, and a thunderous kill. Maybe this is why Sullivan has taken to volleyball so well. Good things always come in 3s. For Dragons Live, I'm Kenny Buck.
Our next Dragons Live broadcast airs Wednesday, November 26th at 6:30 p.m. And our next televised game is this Saturday, November 1st, as the Dragon football team takes on Minot State from Moorhead with kickoff at 1 p.m. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Dragons Live. We'll leave you with a flashback to Homecoming 2014 as President Ann Blackhurst delivered the game ball in style as the Dragons hosted the University of Sioux Falls. For everyone at Dragons Live, I'm John Webby Webking. Thanks for joining us.